Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Jonathan, and today I'm bringing you the Q&A video that I promised you on the last video that I uploaded, which was like the religious services at BMT video. So we got a decent amount of comments in like a week for this video, so that's why I'm doing it today. And this is going to be a super relaxed, chill video about stuff that's related to BMT, stuff that's related to the Air Force, but there's some stuff in here. There's like one that's actually about me. Kinda, it's not really a question. So that is actually the first one. So I sorted it from newest first, and we're gonna go from the bottom to the top just to get all of them, I guess, in the order that they were commented. Yeah, so the first one is, it's just skate gnarly, like sad face or like tear face. And so the reason that I don't say like, yo, what's going on, guys, this is skate gnarly anymore is because it's not good. As a brand, I guess, like, I am Jonathan Sullivan, so when I upload videos about the Air Force saying, yo, what's going on, guys, this is skate gnarly, it doesn't really make sense, I guess. Like, it holds true because I do skateboard. I just started like a few months ago getting way back into skateboarding. Like, I've been going to the skate park all the time, but back in the day when I first started making videos on this channel, because I have tons of channels, this channel, it was skateboarding, and then it made its way to gaming, and now it's here. So it doesn't make sense to keep it as like a screen name or username for this type of thing, even though it is my persona, so to speak. So when I switch it to Jonathan Sullivan, it's just because it's trying to be a little bit more professional on the creator slash like business side of things. So that's why that is. But the origin of that name was, I used to be Skater Dude JJ31. Like, that was my first ever YouTube channel, and I was like 7 or 8. And then I deleted that channel, unfortunately. I lost so many good videos, but now I made this channel in like, I think it was like 2010, 2009 or something like that. So anyways, that is why. I know that it's like, oh wow, like he's not skating gnarly anymore, but I mean, I am me. It's just for the business. Also, I have another channel that's a lot more lifestyle type stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, that's kind of off topic of that, but there is another channel that I upload to that is more lifestyle stuff. So if I'm not uploading here, there's a little possibility that I'm uploading there because I went out to the skate park and I made like a vlog or something like that. So you should go check it out. I'm gonna put a card whatever corner it is, and you can go subscribe to that channel. So I do actually make some skating stuff there. So next one is, where is it? How does the process of cross-training work? What are the chances of cross-training from Security Forces to Sere since they're both low manned? Cross-training works, I believe, I mean, I've never cross-trained. I've only been in for like a year and like a half or something like that, but from what I hear from people who have cross-trained and the information out there is you have to be in your job for about 3 years, and then you apply, or however that works, you apply for the job that you want, or you put in a package for it or something like that, and they evaluate you or whatever, and then you get accepted to it, and then basically you just kind of leave, get orders, and go to tech school type thing. I'm pretty sure that there's probably more to it, but that's like the basic level of cross-training. Then from there, you just kind of get orders to your next base, or even back to your old base, or however it works. But the point is that you have to be in for like about 3 years, somewhere in there. So even if it's 6 or 4 years, I don't think it matters. I think you just have to be 3 years or something like that. So you can look this information up and actually get information, but this is just coming from me. Like, that's the vague answer that I have. So the part about Security Forces and Sere is like, I always get questions all the time about specific career fields. But the truth is that I have only done my career field. I've only gone to basic. I mean, basic is very broad, but I've only gone to tech school for cyber systems operations. I've only done my job. I have no idea about Security Forces, about Sere, about cross-training, because by the time you do 3 years, that might not be low manned anymore. It might be, they might have too many people. So it really just depends on the time period, and if you really want specific information about stuff like that, you definitely need to find somebody who has done that job or is doing that job, because I can't answer that for you because I've never done that. So just for the record. So the next one is actually from the same person. So what is it? If you choose a low-man job, can you basically go to any base you want since they're literally needed everywhere? No, that is not how it works at all. Basically, at the end of BMT, there's like a big binder, and there's tons of careers in it, and you find your career, and then there's a list of bases, and that is every base that your job goes to. Some of them, like, one of my friends has some sort of like nuclear science type job, whatever, and he can only go to 2 bases, and it's Minot and Louisiana. So there is it really just depends on that one, which is like literally nothing compared to what I'm about to say, but it's really where they need you. So you make your dream sheet, blah, 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 this is where I want to go. And then the Air Force is like, all right, well, we need these people here, 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 and here. And if you happen to have something on your dream sheet that matches up with where they need you, that's where they're going to take you. But if you have nothing on your dream sheet that doesn't match with where they need you, they're just going to pick somewhere like, oh, looks like you're going to mine now, looks like you're going to Canon. So it's not based off low man and all sorts of stuff like that. Like there's still a whole system to it. But the low man aspect ties into, okay, this is where they need people, so if it's on your dream sheet, you might end up going there. But it's not necessarily random, but as somebody who has gone through it and can go through it, it feels random, I guess. So, next one. Can you talk about the security clearance for computer jobs? Security clearances aren't relative to career fields. Like, a security clearance is the same. A top secret clearance is the same for my career field as it would be for anybody else's, so that doesn't really play into aspect here. But the way that it works is you get like a security clearance when you join the military, at least in the Air Force, and then as time goes on, you go through, when you're at BM, this is for top security. I don't know about anything else except going through what I've been through, right? So I'm in process of getting my top security clearance right now. So when you go to BMT, before you go, you fill out this huge form of like where you've lived in the past like 10 years, people who you trust and people who you know, like your best friends, just a bunch of information about your life. You do that again at BMT, then you go to like the top security, like the security building or whatever they want to call it, it's at BMT, and you go through a process of interviews with people, and they kind of check you like, okay, this person's good to go, okay, this person's good to go. Wait, you put on here blah, 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 that you got suspended from high school and blah, 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 blah. But on this form, you said blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like they go through and they try to figure out what's happening. They get their ducks in a row. They take your fingerprints. Boom, you're good to go. Then you go to your base, tech school, all sorts of stuff like that. So it's different for every person because every person has a background investigation by whatever bureau they use, right? So my investigation is way different than anybody else's investigation. So the one thing that you really need to know is that you're going to get a clearance if everything falls in order. Like if they find something, then you just have to explain what happened, why you didn't say or whatever. And like I know like a lot of the process is like, oh well, if you don't say this, blah, 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 you're gonna get in trouble. And like, if you can rationalize why you did something, this isn't a cheat move or anything, but if you can rationalize why something happened, there's a good chance you'll be okay. But if you straight up lie about something and they're like, oh, look, you lied right here, then you're kind of screwed. So that's kind of where that plays into. But now, when you get to your base, or I don't really know the timeline, because again, it depends on the person. Some people have this at tech school, but basically you'll have your big interview and they're gonna go over a ton of questions like, do you think we can trust you to work on government systems, and do you think this and that, and like, can they trust you? And obviously you're gonna say yes, and then while that's happening, there's people back in your home state also interviewing your friends and stuff like that. And it's not like they're hiding it from you. Like they'll call your friend and be like, hey, I want to schedule an interview for Johnson Sullivan, blah, 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 blah. And then if you have cool friends, usually they're like, yo, the guy just called me, we're gonna have an interview at Starbucks next Tuesday. And it's like, cool. So that's pretty much it. It's really straightforward, and then eventually you find out if you got your clearance. It's not like you're constantly working for it. They're investigating you, you know what I mean? So yeah. For the Q&A, are you happy with your choice to join the Air Force? Do you regret anything signing a 4-year instead of a 6-year contract? Job choices or anything like that? I am happy with my choice to join the military. I was going to go to the Art Institute of Colorado, but they have terrible reviews. All of the art institutes have terrible reviews. I still want to do art in my life. I don't want to be doing IT for the rest of my life at all. It's not my go-to. It is my go-to now in the military out of the career choices, but it's not my go-to for the rest of my life because that's not what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about art and photography and all sorts of things, right? So right now it's an awesome job because the job security is amazing, the benefits are amazing, like everything lined up to be amazing, and that's why I made the decision to join, because I didn't want to work full-time in retail for another year or another 2 years or until I figured out what the hell I want to do with my life. So this gave me the job security that I needed right now to use these 4 years to build myself, build something for myself, so that when I get out, I can either go to college or I can go do what I'm passionate about, or both. So that's kind of where that comes into. But I also, I'm very happy with my choice to join the military. Like, I'm happy to be close to my grandma. She lives in Illinois. Like, this is an amazing state. I've also made tons of friends here at my base and stuff. And obviously, without speaking negative upon the Air Force, some days are better than others in the military, but at the end of the day, the experience is pretty great. Like, there's never a time when I drive to work in the morning at like 7 o'clock where I'm just like, I don't want to go to work today. Like, pretty much every time I turn on the Bluetooth and listen to music and I drive to work in the morning, like, it's awesome. Like, I'm never like, dang, I don't want to be here. Like, when I worked at Starbucks, sometimes it was like, damn, I really don't want to be here. But when I go to base, it's cool. Like, it's just a job to me, you know, it's a career, I guess. A 4-year career. What was the other part of that question? Do you regret anything signing a 4-year instead of 6-year job choice or anything like that? I'm extremely happy with my job. I have a lot of downtime to do what I want to do, which is awesome. I am really happy that I signed 4 years. I know a lot of people who signed 6 years that now wish they would have signed 4 years, because when you sign a 6-year contract, that's a really big commitment. And when you sign 4 years, you can extend for another 2 years. You just have to tell them you want to extend, so you really can do the 6 years. The only benefit you get from 6 years is basically A1C. So, and I mean, I'm already in A1C and I signed 4 years, so you pretty much have to wait an extra like 7 or 8 months from the people that get to your base that signed 6 years. So there's really not a huge difference about it. You can extend 2 years and then sign another 4-year, or 6-year and then extend 2 years and then sign another 4 years. There's so many different ways to do it. So in my opinion, that's not really like a huge selling point for joining the Air Force. You should be focusing on the other things like your career and what you're gonna make of it through yourself, you know what I mean? So, but no, I don't regret signing a 4-year. So this next question is actually from Quentin. He's coming to my base, which is pretty awesome. Like, we actually just found out about that, but he said, got switched from 375th Communications Group at Scott to 375th Comp Support Squadron. Still waiting for my sponsor. I'm just curious what all a workday is like there. So you're gonna find out soon if you pass Sec Plus, but basically, we go to work. We do PT on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Fridays is squadron PT, so right now, since it's summer, we're doing it in the afternoon. But on Mondays and Tuesdays, we do PT in the morning at 7 o'clock. We're done at 7:30, and then we have to be back at work at 9. So that gives you time to get ready, go and eat, shave, do all the stuff you have to do. Come back to work at 9, and then you work from 9 to 11 or 9 to 12, whatever. You can take your lunch for 1 hour between 11 and 1 o'clock. And then, yeah, so and then after you get back from lunch, you work until like 4 or 4:30 or whenever we get released. On Fridays, we get released at like 2:30 or 2 o'clock to go change and meet back for Squadron PT at 3, wherever that is, or whatever. So, when on the regular days, like Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's the same thing. It's just from 7:30 in the morning to 11, lunch, and then whenever. So that's pretty much how it works. It's very simple. Our job day to day, we're server administrators. Our shop has certain websites that are assigned to it, and we have to keep those websites up and running. We have tons of downtime because our job is to make sure that we don't have to do our job. Like, our job is to make sure the websites aren't breaking so that we don't have to fix them. So when everything is working smoothly, a lot of the times we're just focusing on patching and tons of just computer stuff, but a lot of the time, like, we do have a lot of downtime because our job is to make sure that things are working. It's a really weird concept, but that's like the ultimate Chair Force job. So I know you might have asked some other questions down here, but you know, we're gonna meet in person, and then also I answered them on the video. So for Q&A, do weeks of training in BMT run Sunday through Saturday? Is week 0 Tuesday, arrival day through Saturday? So the way it works is you get there on 0 week on like Tuesday or whenever, and then it ends on Saturday, and Sunday marks the new week. So every Sunday is a new week. So that Sunday will be your first week of training. Technically, it will be starting your first WOT week of training, all the way, boom. So if you watched the last video when I was talking about the religious services, I talked about like how when I when I went to church on Sundays, it was like, yeah, like those were my milestones. Ooh, that was weird. Milestones through BMT to be like, okay, 1 more week, 2 more weeks, whatever. And it's the same concept. Like whenever it would be Sunday, it was like, whoa, we're 7 weekers now, guys. Whoa, we're 6 weekers now. Like, you know, it was like that. So hopefully that answers your question the best. You also said, love your videos. My son just left for basic, going into the same job as you, and I told him to watch your videos before leaving, which he did. Thank you for your videos and your service. Thank you, I really appreciate that. Also, when you guys say like love your videos and stuff, like I really appreciate that. Like it means a lot to me when you guys are like, love your videos are awesome, thank you so much for uploading these, are so informative. Like, I'm just doing this because I enjoy making YouTube videos. It's like a super artistic thing for me, and two, I like talking to the camera. So, and like, I mean, this is my life and I can use it as a resource to help other people. Like that's awesome to me. So I appreciate the compliments, and I also appreciate helping. So, do you remember if there was a Baptist Bible church service? If yes, do you know if they used the King James version of the Bible? So, I don't know, but there, like I said in the other video, there's like 30, there's literally so many different services there. That does sound familiar, but I'm not going to confirm or deny that, I'm sorry, but there are tons of services there. There's a Mormon service, like there's tons of stuff, so you just have to keep a lookout. Also, I believe if you tell them like, yo, like this is what I go to church for, like then I'm sure that they'll be able to maybe figure something out for that. You'd have to ask, but I can't confirm or deny it. But there's probably a really good chance that there is one for that. Okay, that is pretty much it for this video. I might do another one of these in the future because I love doing this. Like, it's super fun to sit here without having to go through stuff in my head. It's fun to just sit here and kind of talk to the camera like I'm talking. It's almost like a live stream kind of thing. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. If you have any more questions that I didn't answer in this video, or I answered your question wrong, feel free to drop them down below in the comments so I can actually answer them the correct way. Again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out that other channel. I'll put another info card in, but you can definitely do, it's just a lifestyle channel. It's like vlogging and basically the things that I can't do on this channel because this is solely an Air Force channel. Now, the things that I used to want to do on this channel, if that makes sense, are over there now. So that's my creative space as a YouTuber and creator and stuff like that. So anyways, again, for the third time, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your ship dates down below so all of you can connect, because it really helps out when you're friends when you go to BMT and tech school. So anyways, thank you so much for watching for the fourth time, and peace out.